Hello everyone, it's me, Ryer Appledorn, and I'm coming to you from the Slammer. What's the Slammer, you ask? Well, if it's my room where I sleep and do most of my work, whether it's in Chicago or back in Michigan or really anywhere, it automatically becomes the Slammer. That's just what I call my room. As you can see, the move back and forth is successful by the giant piles of crap I have in here. Those will go away eventually, I promise. Anyway, here I am. This is it. This is my tiny, tiny little apartment that I live in. Literally just big enough for me to sleep in and have my clothes here and a desk, and that's it. Pretty small. Yeah, so because I'm in the middle of moving back and forth, I thought I'd give a quick update as to, one, why I'm doing this, and two, some of the stuff I have going on in the works. The first thing is, why do I spend a few months in Chicago and spend a few months in Michigan? Well, primarily, yes, it does have to do with schooling. I do go to school in downtown Chicago, but a big part of it too is because I'm a maker. I make things. I design sets, I make props for plays, I also make signs, objects, stuff like that. And I have access to not only better tools and bigger equipment when I'm in the city through my studio that I rent space out of here, but I also have a larger customer base. There are more people interested in buying my products or my services in the city than there are in West Michigan. So I hope that clears things up for those of you who are. As far as my other projects I have going on in the model car building, you know, eye candy is a very dangerous thing. Not only did I recently pick up a copy of Dr. Cranky's book, which is full of, you know, really awesome build ideas, tips, tricks for improving my painting and weathering style, bios on other builders, bios on his models, all that stuff. There's also a plethora of amazing rat rod documentaries and rat rod videos on YouTube, which is just, I mean, they're stunning. Some of these amazing build projects people are doing, and then, you know, I've gotten such an influx of people checking out my channel, and I've been checking out your stuff and doing my best to keep up with it because it's kind of been a rush, and there's just so much good stuff that you guys are working on. There's so much eye candy, so much inspiration, so much craziness that I can barely keep up with my brain, but it's very dangerous because it's given me a lot of ideas. So anyway, there is probably going to be a lot being birthed out of that. I have an idea for a couple rat rods and backstories from and all that stuff, but those will come in due time. And there are two new projects that I'm really focusing on right now. Like I said, I like to work 5 or 6 models at a time, but one of them is based off of a concept that I did before the winter holidays back in the fall. I was experimenting with a new painting style, and just for fun, I painted a Duesenberg. This is a really quick, dirty painting. I did it in about 3 hours. Not meant to be anything other than just a proof of concept, but I'm looking at the Duesenberg and I think, man, that's a really cool car. I want to build a diorama using a Duesenberg, and I want to build it shiny, and I don't know, maybe do something that's like Gatsby themed or something. The problem is that there are very few kits of luxury touring cars from the 1920s that are on the market, at least for what I can find. So it looks like, unless someone can make a suggestion as a kit that is still out there and readily available, it looks like I'm going to be scratch building most of that, which is going to be a trick. I'm not foreign to scratch building. I've scratch built quite a bit of model railroading stuff, but those were all bigger. They weren't necessarily as small as 1/25th scale, and they also weren't as detailed as I'm hoping to get with something like this. And I'm also not looking to build a Duesenberg or a Cadillac or anything like that. I want to build my own brand, basically, but I have no idea really where to get started with a car. I don't know how I'm going to be doing that, or where to find detail parts, or any of that stuff, so I don't know. I'll figure it out, I guess. So yeah, my other big project that I'm working on, I kind of announced it in a video that I posted a couple days ago, where I asked for suggestions for model car kits. So part of that build is simply because it's something that I can do with a community build. I love the idea of the community doing stuff, and so having people make recommendations not only kind of shows me what everyone's interested in a kind of a new way, but it also it prompts me to think creatively. So when I'm doing a model car, when I'm building a model car kit, I can be walking and looking at all the shelves of the nice pretty models, and I can think, well, that looks nice and it's in my price range, I'll buy it. That looks nice, it's in my price range, I'll buy it and I'll build it. And I look at the box and I get ideas, and so I purchase it. Now if I remove if I take out the whole decision-making process, if someone decides what I'm going to build, that forces me to think more creatively, because I have to take inspiration from something that was given to me, not something that I picked out. And so that's why I'm asking for this request, because not only is it a way of kind of sharing my creative process with you guys, but it's also a way of pushing myself to think more creatively, to have to potentially work outside of my comfort zone. And from the looks of it, I'm going to be definitely working outside of my comfort zone, which is incredibly exciting, because I might completely mess it up. And that's cool, because when you mess stuff up, then you learn something. So anyway, that's the stuff I got going on. So if you haven't seen that video, please go back. I think it's called update, a call for requests or something like that. If you could go there, watch it, and leave a comment for a kit that you think I would like to build or you want to see me build, please do that. And we'll be dealing with that pretty soon. And then also, hopefully we'll get started on this, as well as finding stuff to build Rat Rod, and we'll finish all the other car kits, of course, because they're just sitting there begging to be finished. We'll start the dioramas, maybe do some model train stuff, maybe do some model airplane stuff. We'll see. It all depends on if I get paid this month, and, whatever strikes my fancy. Please excuse the mess. Please excuse the lack of critters or creatures. We'll have to remedy that. We'll talk with you later.